When we resign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi ladies, we're back again. Hello. I got a message this morning from a school friend that was saying she's got a really great desire to start her own business, and that she's been a little bit motivated by us to make a difference. And so I thought when she said that to me that I should tell you guys a little bit more in depth about what happened when I resigned, and Madeleine can tell you about what happened when she resigned. But we could not financially afford for me to stop working. There just wasn't, there's no ways that we would have made it financially if I'd stopped. So I wasn't in a position to resign, but I was just so fed up of work. I didn't sleep at night. I worried and I stressed and I was unhappy. It just felt like nothing was ever good enough. And I really got to a point where I started making my own plans, because that's what we do, right? We don't ask God what he wants for us, so we try and make our own plans. So I resigned with the idea that I would go into business with a lady that makes meals. And that didn't happen. And my husband's words to me were, I don't even think he'd bought into my dream, to be perfectly honest. I think he thought I was crazy when I said I was resigning. He just said, as long as you're sure that this is what you're gonna do. And that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. What I did was I started small. I started buying clothes. There's a lady that I could buy clothes from. All the stuff that she would put on sale I could get for a good price, but I couldn't decide what sizes to take. You took whatever she had in stock. So for the first 3 months, the money I made from selling the second-hand clothes, and I advertised on Facebook. I used to go to the, to the flea markets. I mean, I wasn't making big money, but I was making something. It wasn't anything to write home about, and it wasn't.
That's how I met her.
Yeah.
Selling clothes, but I didn't remember. I just remembered when I saw her. I'm like, I know you, but I don't know from where, but I know you. She's like, nah, she doesn't think so. And I'm like, I'm sure I know you, but I couldn't remember. And it was actually like, I don't know, a year after that when I went to her home for the first time. Unbelievable that it took so long, but now she can't get me out of her home. But then I saw the swimming pool that was in. They have like a small swimming pool. And I suddenly remembered, but I was at this house before. I bought some clothes from her. So we baptized her husband that time. So, yeah, actually.
Then I started a half-day job working for a property agent. And I did very little there, because I don't even actually think that I saw the bank statements in all the time that I was there. And I was supposed to be the bookkeeper. But that also didn't last long, so I was only there for 3 months. And then I went, the day that she said to me she can't keep me on anymore, the next day we had a conference at the church, and the lady that was preaching there, her name is Luann, I think. She said, there's somebody that battles with debilitating migraines. And, I was standing there thinking to myself, I haven't had a migraine in a while. So, and I'm looking around and everybody turns around and they're like, me. And she called me up and she said to me, I see business. An overflow of business. I'm like so excited, and I can't imagine what. And afterwards she came to me and she said to me, so what business do you have? And I said, I don't have a business. I don't even know what it is that I want to be doing. I'd lost my job the day before, whatever. She said that she couldn't financially afford to keep me. But I had no idea what they were talking about. And another lady came up to me afterwards and also said to me, I'm so, what Luann said is spot on. I'm so excited for you. What business do you have? And I, inside I was like laughing. I'm like, Lord, I don't even have a job, let alone a business. I had no idea. And God was gracious. He I'm not saying we had an abundance of things, but I'm telling you that we didn't go without.
Never.
Something that Ronald said to me the other day that made so much sense was, who is your source? And the God honest truth is that God is your source. It's not your boss that pays your salary. He is not your provider. So I'm not saying go and resign your job but what I'm saying is, if you really believe in your heart that's what you need to do, you need to take a step of faith. And God will carry you through.
It's with everything.
Yeah.
Everything. If you want to do ministry for God or
Yeah.
pray for a person and you've never done that before,
You need to
have
take the
do
step of faith,
something.
yeah.
You get out of your comfort zone. And it's not always easy. It will cost you. And you might fail a few times, but it's okay. Then you just go on.
And you know, I can honestly look back in that time period, and we've never been without, ever. I don't know. I can't specifically say that was God's will for me to do. I don't know. But God is gracious. So, you know, God met me where I was at, and I say thank you, Jesus, for that. But at the beginning of the very next year, I spoke to one of my friends. She came down from Joburg, and she had a cleaning company and a placement company for the domestic workers. And I just felt like, and I'm telling you, within a day or two, I had started a cleaning business and domestic placements. And for the first 5 or 6 months, I did really well. I made good salary, more than I'd ever earned.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm saying that during this time period, people are going to have to reinvent themselves, right?
Definitely.
And a lot of people are working different shifts, and they've got a bit more time on their hands. Start small. Start something from home that's not going to cost you millions. You know, so you say, let's put an amount to it. How much money can I go without from my salary? If it's 1,000, then buy 1,000 rands clothing or nail polish or makeup and resell it. Or you know, Jackie was saying that she started this coffee powder business. You know, honestly, the truth is that a person that takes a step of faith is better than the one that doesn't. Simply because you are trying to do something.
Yes.
You know, I don't say we're all going to succeed at everything. And my cleaning business is completely closed down for various reasons, which I don't really want to get into. But, you know, God has been gracious, and He's always tided us over.
It's a learning curve.
You know, it's not always easy. Here's the thing. You know, it might look easy it's not necessarily easy, but if you keep your eyes on Jesus, I guarantee you.
My husband also did some stuff, you know, to try and create extra income. So he took some large amount of money, invested it somewhere. Didn't work out, but we still trusting God to get that money back. I say, I'm not giving it off. The enemy must pay back 7 times more than what he stole from us. So we want it back. And but we all learn lessons, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. But the wonderful thing is, and all of us in this time, I think all of us feel it with the COVID thing that's going around. Lots of people's salaries are cut.
Yeah.
Lots of people's income. Some work from home. My husband is still working from home, and it doesn't look like he's going to go back this year. So by doing that, there's a lot of expenses and things that he can't claim for now anymore. So his salary was cut with a bunch of money, which you were dependent upon. But this time is a time of wonderful learning how to trust God for the more, like not fixing your eyes on your boss for your salary, but asking God for some wonderful invention, something that you can do from home. I mean, my mom was we never were rich when we grew up. We didn't have meat in the house. We maybe once a week ate some meat, and it was such a small piece, and we thought we were rich. We thought we were fine until I started visiting friends, and I see, well, wow, they get this for lunch, you know, to school, and they have this, what they eat meat every day. Wow, my goodness, that's actually rich. For me, we could never go for clothing shopping. We always got like secondhand somewhere from someone, and we loved our clothes. We were happy. We were satisfied with what we had. We never wanted more. We didn't have medical aids. We didn't have all these things. We didn't buy all the sweets and hamburgers and all these things that today people are doing for their kids. Come on, when we were healthy. So I think we can cut back on all those things, you know.
Well, that's just what I was going to tell you. We cut back to the bone.
Yeah.
But even in cutting back to the bone, we still had more than enough.
And I see people taking initiative and opening second-hand shops. You know, there's no shame in buying someone else's clothes that's still in a beautiful condition. I mean, I see it overseas. They call it vintage shops. And there's the most beautiful things in it. It's like myself have bought many things in a shop that I never wore. That it was like I bought it, I liked it, but never had it on. So then you sell it or you put it in that place. There's no shame in that. So you know what? We got so spoiled in our lifestyles because we have to have this certain type of house and this certain type of that, and even to the extent that every woman that I know of have to work these days to uphold the lifestyle that we have.
That is what I was going to tell you. Is it's all about preconceived ideas. You know, you think you have to have 2 cars. You think you have to spend 10,000 rand a month on groceries. You think you have to have, you know, the newest best. And when push comes to shove, when you start cutting back, you start to see that actually it's
you'll be fine.
Yes. Yeah. So you know, I would like to encourage you guys
because the joy of the Lord is our strength. You know, the joy of the Lord is our strength. It's not the amount of money or the salary that you get. You can make ends meet with the littlest of food. And we have the Creator inside of us. He can teach you ways to extend whatever you have, to make it bigger, to pray over your food, to, you know, there's lots of things that we can trust God for. But what is a beautiful time about this is family is coming together. And relationships are strengthened. And I spend wonderful time with the Lord. I mean, I'm just growing in my relationship with Him like never before. We just have that extra time, and my husband is always at home, so that's very nice. I love that. There is some family is more important than money. Yes. So sometimes, if you have to homeschool your children, and you have to leave your job to do that, that is a big sacrifice, but that's God will supply your needs according to His riches and glory. He will do that. So we just engage wisdom.
And you know what I want to say is I tried a whole lot of different things. I didn't just do one thing. I would help Dave at the municipality. I would sell clothes and shoes. I would sell Avon and Justine. I would sell jewelry. I did a whole lot of things. I didn't just do one thing, and not all of those things specifically cost me money to start. Start off small. Keep your capital down.
Yeah, like my mom, she did. I keep on going back to her, but she was the lady that had the littlest pay that I've heard of, and she was looking after us. And even Saturdays we got a little sweetie every week, and we could have some money for going to the swimming pool, which was a luxury. But she never had extras, and you know what? No shame in any job. My mom started out, my father died when my mom was 27 years and left with 3 little kids. And she started scrubbing floors in a shop and packing the shelf and washing the shelves off. So that's how she provided for us. And her hand was never idle. She would bake in the nights. She had, like, at one stage, she took everyone's empty tins of your canned food, and she would bake little breads in that and sell that bread. She would bake stuff. She would knit extra socks and all these kind of things to bringing extra money. Every one of us got talents. So just ask God what that talent is if you don't know yet, and start applying that. Come on, if it's baking, you can bring in extra money with baking. If it's knitting, you can knit scarves or hats.
Here's the thing. You might not be successful at the first thing you try your hand to, but don't give up.
Yeah.
You know, keep trying until you find something.
I know
that
saying small to say knitting and stuff. I know all of us. Listen, if we listen to today's kids also, when they come out of the school, they don't want the cleaning job. They want to step into an office and get a big pay, and they want to be like this one in the office. But unfortunately, there's some stepping stones. You go small to big to big to bigger. So just start off and start doing.
And you know, there's a saying. It says, don't despise small beginnings.
Oh, yes.
And you know, the truth of the matter is we all had to start somewhere. It's not... Oh, my goodness. Sorry. Yeah, so, you know, don't despise small beginnings. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
So, we hope we've motivated you. We love you lots.
We didn't even say much in this letter, in this video. We didn't say that much. But we just want to say that money is not everything, and God is your source, and He will supply all your needs according to His riches and glory. He will even give you more than enough so that you can give to other people. So be blessed.
And you know,
people.
I think it's also, sorry, I just want to add one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
That I do believe that it is what you believe it will be.
Yes. You're
If you believe that you're going to lack,
the
gonna
author
lack,
of your
yes.
own life.
If you believe that you're going to have more than enough, that is what you will have, you know. But if you don't try, you're never going to know. And here we are sitting 2 or 3 years down the line.
And we're fine. We
I
lack
don't
nothing.
have to work. Yes.
And we can give. When we see a need, we can give. So we're blessed.
We are.
May God give you supernatural ideas and
Amen.
inspirations.
Blueprints from heaven. Okay, we love you ladies. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.